everyone. So Mamas already happened. But yeah, it already happened. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about Mamas 2021, specifically the performances. I share more of my thoughts on the whole ceremony and the winners and just everything in general with a lot more detail on my blog. So if you guys want, check out my blog. But today in this video, I will be talking about the performances specifically. And also, this is my fourth Mamas. Isn't that crazy? Also, if you guys want to see my reactions to these performances, check out my Patreon. I will be uploading all of my reactions to these performances there. If you guys want to see me lip sync horribly to these songs and attempt to dance, then check it out, my Patreon. If you want to see me embarrass myself, just go there. Yeah. So there's no denying this year's Mamas was very different, just like last year. It comes with the times that we're living in. And I have seen so many Mama performances from the past. There's no way that you could compare an award show and, you know, these award show performances when it's in an arena with so many fans compared to, you know, being with a limited amount of people. And it's not the same. It is what it is. And there's a lot of things this year that I wish would have happened, but didn't happen. And I talk more about that on my blog. So of course, I would have loved to see more second and third gen groups perform and just be involved with the award ceremony, but that didn't really happen. Especially this year, I've been getting so into second gen groups. If you guys have seen any of my previous videos, you know, I'm really getting into second gen groups. Anyway, speaking of groups, behind me, in case you guys are wondering, which I'm pretty sure most of you don't care, but anyway, I will share it with you guys. These are some of the albums, some of my favorite albums that was released this year. There's a lot more albums, but I just displayed these because I think color-wise, it kind of looks good. So here I have Taemin, 2PM, Baekhyun, EXO, and Kang Daniel. So like I said, there's a lot more groups, albums that was released this year, but I don't really have enough space to display them, and I have another shelf up here. Anyway, that's not even the point of this video. I'm getting off topic. So back to Mamas. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I wish would have happened, but didn't happen. I wanted to see something huge, like a huge ensemble and whatnot, and that didn't really happen. Some groups had dancers, other groups actually didn't. So it was a very interesting year for Mamas. Even though they did have a little bit of an audience, but still, it's not the same. But with all that being said, I will try to be as optimistic and positive in this video because there's so much mixed feelings online if you guys go on Twitter, and I'm sure people have posted videos about what they didn't like and stuff, but I'm just trying to look at things on the bright side because there's just a lot of negativity going on in the world, and we gotta look at the bright side of things. For this Mamas, one thing that just really was like the staple of Mamas to me was fourth gen groups. This year really showed that fourth gen, it is their time. I mean, for a while, we've been transitioning from third gen to fourth gen, but with this Mamas, it just solidified that this is fourth gen's era. I mean, fourth gen, they have been owning it throughout the entire year, and nothing says that more than the first performance of the night. So the first performance has Hyunjin from Stray Kids, Yeonjun from TXT, Heeseung from Enhypen, Wooyoung from ATEEZ, Karina from aespa, and Yeji from ITZY. You have these top fourth gen performers, and my goodness, did they deliver. Even though I'll admit, I wish they would have performed together on stage, and I don't know if it was because of the restrictions or there was schedule conflicts or something as to why they couldn't perform together on stage. I wish they would have. But instead they had individual performances. But I like how each of them, they have their own unique style when they perform, and it definitely shows. And I like how they were given sort of like their own element in a way. So like Hyunjin was fire, Yeonjun was water, Yeji was kind of like earth, and Karina was like ice and stuff. I thought that was really cool. But again, I would have loved to see like a collaboration stage. Maybe in the future, maybe. But overall, it was a great start to Mamas 2021. All right, so the next performance was Brave Girls, and they performed a ballad version of Rollin, and then they did Mat Ba Ram, and then they did Rollin regular version, and their performance was definitely one of the most unique of the night. They made it 100% Christmas themed. And then they made it Tropical Christmas, and it was so fun. I mean, you just can't help but sing and dance along to it, because it's like, to me, when I think of summer 2021, I will think of Rollin and Mat Ba Ram, and Pool Party. I mean, I think about Brave Girls, and their story is just so incredible. The fact that they were gonna disband back in January, and now fast forward to December, and they won a Mama's Award, and they're performing at Mama's. I mean, it is just so inspiring. Like, you never know what can happen in your life. Something good can happen all of a sudden. That's why I think Brave Girls, they're definitely one of the top underdogs of K-pop. Their story is just so inspiring. This has been an incredible year for them, and I really hope that next year will be an even better year. Yeah, so this performance just felt like a celebration. It's definitely one of my top favorite performances of the night. Okay, so the next performance is ITZY, and they performed LOCO and Mafia, and I think out of all the performances, they are one of the groups that had a really solid storyline through their entire performance. Amazing. And then the whole story revolved around Ryujin was working for him, and she was sent to kill ITZY and stuff, and then in the end she didn't, and she killed her boss instead. And then I love the part when he said, "Oh, you were a tiger in disguise," and then she's like, "I'm the Mafia." And then boom, perfect transition to Mafia. I mean, the fact that the song it just went so perfect with the whole story. I mean, and how every single member was so into the performance, okay? I could talk about each of them individually. Heung, I'm sure she broke the internet for sure. Ryujin, I mean, Yuna, Leah, and Yeji, like, they were so into their performance. They are definitely one of the top performers, and I love the whole ensemble, and I love how they had a lot of dancers involved, and the set and everything. The storytelling was perfect. And I love the fact that with this performance, you could just watch it even without seeing any of their music videos or knowing anything about ITZY. You could get a complete and total stranger, have them watch ITZY's performance, and they'll understand the entire storyline from start to finish. It was so good. Absolutely love it. All right, so the next performance is from ATEEZ, and they performed Turbulence and The Real. So Turbulence is, okay, first of all, their performance started with Heungjun, and his dance was so beautiful, and how there was like this floating lantern, and it looked like he was dancing on water with the projections. It was absolutely beautiful, and I love how it transitioned to the rest of the members, and they performed Turbulence, and I like how they were in that moving platform and stuff. Overall, it was a very beautiful performance. And then it transitioned to The Real, and that's when the party started. It was so good. Their performance, it was so energetic. I love how they had the traditional Korean elements. I love how they showed the Korean culture in their performance, and it was just so fun. I loved everything about it. While I was watching it, I wanted to get up, I wanted to dance, I wanted to be part of it. I mean, even just to be in the crowd, it must have been so fun to watch. You could tell all the members were having a blast performing this. I had a blast watching it. It was just so fun. It really felt like a celebration, and I'm so proud of ATEEZ. That performance, I couldn't stop smiling. So good. So good. So the next performance is from NCT U, and they performed Universe, Let's Play Ball, which is their latest song, considering Beautiful will be released very soon. So I find it very interesting how they performed that song, considering they just released it. Same for ATEEZ The Real, even though they did perform it back in Kingdom. But anyway, the performance was very simple and straightforward. It was just the members. They didn't have an elaborate stage set. They didn't have any additional dancers. It was just the unit, and the members themselves filled up the stage, so it worked out. Also, can we talk about how Mark and Haechan have 3 performances in Mamas? I hope they're doing okay. But I think the fact that these performances were pre-recorded, I think they were able to like rest a little bit, so that's good. I think the performance was really cool. Like I said, it was very simple and straightforward. There wasn't a full storyline behind it. There wasn't anything quite extravagant. It was just, I think they just wanted to focus on the members and just the song. Of course, I would love to see NCT, all the members perform together, kind of like Black on Black when they did that performance. It was so epic with all the members. But, you know, given the time and the circumstances and things like that, obviously that wasn't able to happen. But still, nonetheless, I'm happy that this unit performed. I love seeing Jeno and it was great. All right, so the next performance is from TXT, Tomorrow by Together, and they performed Frost and Loser Lover. Their performance was spectacular, and my favorite part was the dance break. It was so good, and how they had sound effects, and it went with like their jackets, and just the whole entire choreography was so cool. I love how all the members, they really owned the stage. I will say, I kind of wish they would have performed I Know I Love You. That song has grown on me so much, and I've been listening to it almost every single day for the past 2 months. And I should also mention, I've always been a listener of TXT. I've always loved their music and their performances and stuff, but it wasn't until last month that I've just been really checking out their content and their vlogs. I'm really loving TXT. Like, they're just an amazing group of guys. Anyway, so their performance was really great. I still wish they would have performed I Know I Love You. I'm going to keep saying that because that choreography is just spectacular. But still, their performance for Frost and Loser Lover was great. Okay, so the next performance in Mamas was Stray Kids, and they performed Cheese, and then Sriracha had their little unit performance, and then they did Thunderous. And dare I say this, they owned it. This is probably one of my top favorite performances of the night, one of the best for sure. It was show-stopping. It was huge. They had a huge ensemble. They had a truck. They had flaming swords. Hyunjin with the flaming sword. Hyunjin dancing with a flaming sword. Just like ITZY, they had an amazing storyline. They told a story from start to finish. And again, you could bring a stranger that doesn't know anything about Stray Kids, have never seen any of their music videos, and they would understand the whole storyline. It was spectacular. It was huge. It was grand. It was out of this world. They owned Mamas. They made it their own show. And boy, oh boy, do I wish I would have been in the audience. I want to see Stray Kids live. All right, so the next performance from Mamas is from NCT Dream, and they performed Hello Future and my favorite song, Hot Sauce. Hot Sauce is actually one of my top most replayed songs of 2021. If you see my Spotify Wrapped, it's there. I'm obsessed with their choreography, the song. I've seen their dance practice videos so many times. Anyway, the point is their performance for Hello Future, it was just the members. It was a very cute performance. I liked how it was very bright and the choreography was great. And then in Hot Sauce, they changed it up. They had the whole concept how they were in a hot sauce bottle, and then it kind of like exploded, and then the members just like come out of the hot sauce bottle along with the dancers. I thought that was very unique, but it does go with the concept. I love Hot Sauce, and I love the dance break. I love seeing the whole stage full of people with, not only NCT Dream, but with the dancers. It was huge, and I loved it. And I just had such a blast watching it. I love Hot Sauce so much. So NCT Dream, fantastic. I loved it. The next group that performed is 101, and they performed Summer Breeze, Energetic, Burn It Up, and Beautiful. So quick little backstory. I discovered 101 super late. I got into K-pop late 2018. So my first Mamas was in 2018. The first time I watched 101 and the last time was in Mamas 2018. So my cousin, the one that got me into K-pop, she is a huge 101 fan. She's been with 101 since day one. And I asked her during Mamas 2018 if I should get into 101, if I should stan this group. And she was so emotional because they were going to disband in January. And she said, just don't even bother, save yourself from that heartbreak, because she was very heartbroken that they had to disband in January. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So throughout 2019, 2020, and 2021, I've been learning about the members individually through their solo work or the groups that the members have joined and stuff. So to me, it's just wild to see all these guys that are either soloists or they come from different groups to come together to form this one group. It's just so wild to me because, again, I got into 101 through like the individual members. So yeah, but anyway, their performance was so beautiful. It was so awesome. First of all, Summer Breeze, wonderful. It was a great introduction, energetic. It was so awesome. I lost it during Burn It Up. That is one of my favorite songs. I love everything about it. Mind you, after they disbanded, I checked out their music videos, especially their dance practice videos, especially for Burn It Up. And I got to learn more about 101 after they disbanded. So I'm pretty sure you guys kind of already know who my bias is. King Daniel. Anyway, so their performance was so good, and then they ended it with Beautiful and how they were on that platform and the platform like went up. It was no pun intended, so beautiful. I think their performance was the most meaningful out of all the performances. It was very nostalgic, and I think this was one of the performances that people were anticipating the most. I know a lot of people have been waiting for a one-on-one reunion, and the fact that they got pretty much almost all the members back together for this performance is wild, except for Kwon Lin. He wasn't able to be part of it, but that performance was so good. Definitely the most emotional and meaningful and probably the most anticipated performance of Mama's 2021, in my opinion. So the next performance was from aespa, and they performed Next Level and Savage. So first of all, I absolutely love the use of the snake, that whole CGI snake, whatever, how it kind of like broke through the screen and stuff and just it was great throughout their entire performance. I loved it. And I kind of wish they would have performed Black Mamba, because that is one of my favorite songs from aespa, still to this day. I mean, they did play a little bit of it in the beginning. So I'll admit, I was expecting aespa to have this huge performance with like a lot of dancers and props and a lot of effects and stuff, but that didn't really happen. They kept it very simple, and they just focused on the 4 members. So the 4 members had this huge stage all to themselves. So again, because it's such a huge stage, like I was kind of hoping for more effects or dancers and stuff, but that didn't really happen. Again, I don't know if that's because of the restrictions for mamas or because scheduling conflicts or something. I don't really know why SM probably decided not to have dancers for aespa. Regardless, aespa doesn't need dancers for an amazing performance. All 4 of them, they own the stage. Ning Ning, Winter, Karina, Giselle, they own it from start to finish. And regardless, whatever concept SM gives them, they own it. There was a moment that they performed with their AIs, with their avatars. I'm still not used to that whole concept thing, but it is what it is. Regardless, all 4 members, they owned it. They own whatever SM gives them. And yeah. All right, so the next performance was from NCT 127, and they performed Favorite and Sticker. So Favorite was so good. I love how they were styled with like the red jackets, and they looked so good. Jaehyun looked like a prince. Actually, all of them did. And Wooyoung, he owns the camera. I don't know, like he really knows how to work the camera. Seeing Taeyang was so fun, which that was like one of the biggest mysteries throughout Mama's. We didn't see Taeyang throughout, the red carpet and things like that, but it was because of, I think, health issues and stuff. So overall, health comes first. And then after, they performed Sticker. And if you guys know this or not, but Sticker is the type of song that the more I listen to, the less I like it. It's the first NCT song that I just cannot make myself like it. It's very difficult for me to like it. And it breaks my heart to say that, because I genuinely love all of NCT's songs, including the other units and subgroups and stuff. So listening to Sticker, it's like, it's not my favorite. However, the members totally made it work though. So seeing the members perform the song makes it easier to listen to. Again, Sticker is not my favorite, and I'm just gonna be honest with you all. However, the dance break, the roll up to the party part, is my favorite part of the song. So good. And I love the dance break in the end. It made the entire performance worth it. So even if you don't like Sticker, stick till the end of the song, because it definitely is worth watching. So I love the fact that they did that. It was so good. But again, with NCT, you could always expect top high quality performances, and that's what they did. So I noticed NCT 127 did not have dancers either on stage. So I'm starting to think this was SM's decision to keep their artist from unnecessary contact, being surrounded by people that they don't have to, which is totally fun. And I really respect that. Health comes first. And I like the fact that regardless, NCT 127, they did fill up the stage. They had lasers and things like that. So it made the performance feel grand. They made it work. They owned it. Again, I love how they were styled. 100%. In Favorite and in Sticker. Those jackets. So the next performance is from Enhypen, and they performed Drunk Dazed and Tamed Dashed, and their performances were so awesome. It was an extension of their music videos. I absolutely love Drunk Dazed. That's one of my favorite songs, and I love how when they were performing it, it felt like a carnival. It felt like a party. It was so good. The energy level of the members it was so high. And the fact that it started with Nikki with like the ribbons and how he did that black flip and then how it ended up in his hands. I don't know how they did that. That was amazing. And Sunghoon's solo dance in between both performances when he was dancing on the water, it was, oh my goodness, that was spectacular. And then the dance break in the end of Tamed Dashed, amazing. Show-stopping, legendary. It was so cool, and the whole like football, how they were throwing it, it was amazing. Enhypen is a very solid group, and their performance was spectacular. I feel like I said that so many times already, but it's true. And I'm just so proud of Enhypen. They definitely owned the stage. Amazing. Every single member. Also the part when Heeseung and Jake, they kind of like jumped over the dancers. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Again, I can't imagine the energy just being there, watching their performance. It must have been amazing. I wish I could see them live. I want to see them live. Okay, yeah, so overall, it was great. Okay, so I don't know how long this video is, so I'm not able to talk about every single performance in Mama's, as well as I've been filming my reaction to all of the performances, so I've been filming a lot. So if you guys go on my Patreon, you will see my reaction to all of those performances, and I talk more about those performances. And also if you go on my blog, I talk more about just the award ceremony in general. So I'm sharing a lot of my thoughts with you guys. Okay, so by the way, I have my notes here. But so I know Janabi performed. It was a very beautiful performance. I do listen to Janabi from time to time. Their music is very soft, and I think how they had the choir, it was an overall beautiful performance. They had Show Me the Money performance, kind of like a joint performance and stuff. I'm not 100% familiar with Show Me the Money contestants and stuff. I'm gonna be very honest, I kind of wanted to see this last Show Me the Money because Mino and Gray, they were like mentors, and I kind of wanted to see them, but I never got the chance to. Anyway, that performance was good. Once again, I'm not 100% familiar. As well as the Japanese groups INI and JO1. They are from the Japanese version of Produce 101. I've heard a lot of good things about them. Trust me. I just need to find time to like actually get into them. But INI performed, I hope this is how their groups are pronounced. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But INI performed their song Rocketeer, and that song is so good. They performed on like a boat and stuff. It was amazing, the performance, the choreography, the song in itself. It is really, really cool. I definitely enjoyed it. And then JO1 also had their performance, and it was spectacular, especially the formations in the beginning it was so beautiful. I love their formations and their synchronization. Really cool. Another performance was from Street Woman Fighter, and each crew had their own performance, and it was so good. Honestly, I can't even pick a favorite because all of them were so awesome. It was, that was epic. And then their performance with Lee Hyori, which was like the grand finale, was also really cool. So overall, it was a pretty good performances. I understand that not every group and artist can perform to the fullest, given again the restrictions that was going on. As to why other groups weren't part of Mamas this year, I don't know. Again, maybe because of the restrictions, conflicts with schedules. But for sure, if there's one thing to say about this year's Mamas, it was definitely fourth gen's world. So once again, I talk more about Mamas, the awards, the winners, and things like that on my blog, which I will link on the description box below. It should be up by the time this video is up. If not, it will be up soon. Along with my reactions to these performances are up on my Patreon. So I will link my Patreon as well so you guys could check it out. Yeah, it's, I get very honest in my reactions, so just letting you guys know. All right, so what were some of your favorite performances on Mamas? Try to look at the bright side of things. I want to know which performance was your favorite. Let me know on the comments below. So if you guys are new to my channel, hi, welcome. Thank you so very much for watching. I post reaction videos on a weekly basis, and I also have a blog where I do talk about K-pop comebacks in general and stuff. And thank you again for watching and sticking to the end. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye. And that wraps it up for Mamas 2021.